Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. I am back again for your mid-January horoscope, monthly horoscope 2015 for everyone with their sun, moon, or ascendant in Taurus. Okay, my lovely tortoises. I always say that you're tortoises, but because you're slower than everybody else in the zodiac. But I say that with endearment, okay? And I love, just contrary to everybody's opinion, I love everyone in the zodiac. Everybody is hopelessly flawed, and we're all kind of going through the same thing where we have to figure out what we're doing here, why. We're all looking for love in some way, and we're all looking for support in some way, and so I do love Tauruses as much as I love Scorpios, as much as I love Virgos, as much as I love everybody else. So just in case, Taurus, you had your doubts, I do love you guys. And yeah, so I did cut my hair short because my hairdresser screwed it up. And I did buy I'm not wearing my usual sweatshirt. I did buy some pretty things for my birthday, which is on the 25th. And because I liked them. And, girls gotta feel pretty. Taurus, you'll appreciate this. So, anyways, let's see what we get. So this is for basically the last 2 weeks of January. And I'm a little bit behind here because I've been really, really busy. And busy is good. I'm going to reshuffle. I'm not feeling anything for this. Not feeling it at all. Some people would be like, "What are you doing? What?" No, I've got to feel it. I've got to feel it in my fingers. Feel it in my toes. What is that song? Love is... Oh, that was on Love Actually, I think, that song. Love is all around me. Da, 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 da. I don't know who sings that song, but I'm sure one of you Tauruses will know. Okay, this feels more accurate to me. There we go. Okay. Right off the bat, Taurus. The path that you're on is, see this girl, she is being lifted out of hardship by the angels or her family. You may be have like a small child, or you may be pregnant, or you may, not to freak anybody out, okay? Or you may want to have, I feel like another child or a child as well. For some reason, that's coming through today. If you're a guy, you may just be moving away from just being in hardship, having to struggle. Tauruses are really good with finances, but everybody can struggle. Everybody can struggle and go through things with finances. So that's coming up here. And then, so Taurus women, I feel like you are needing to be helped out of a situation, or you're needing to move out of a situation. This is where if you're in a relationship, you need to move away from that person or out of the house, or you need your own space. I feel like you don't have enough space. Like, you need personal space. You're like your oxygen. It's just like you can't breathe. I feel like you're suffocating. You're suffocated in some way. And Taurus guys, you just want your freedom. You just want the bachelor pad lifestyle. You just kind of want also. So both Tauruses, male and female, want their space, want to be free, want to like get out of a situation, break out of a relationship. You know, to me, this Nine of Cups is a guy who likes to date multiple women, likes to have more than one. Just is enjoying their freedom and may not be the most responsible person. And ladies, I feel like you are emotionally going to be at peace when you get away from either your partner or you just find your own space in some way. That's important. That's what's coming through. For you to be being crossed by this person, you know, Taurus ladies that are single, he may be wanting to date you, and you may not be really having it because maybe you're not really in that mindset for it. Be watchful of this person because this person is not the commitment type. Okay, this person does not like commitment. This person will continue, even after they say they're in a committed relationship, continue to play the field, they have like a wandering eye. Okay, they'll be, you know, checking things out as they go. And so there's this strong element, and I feel like they may have some Gemini. I don't know why that's coming up today, but I feel like Taurus, this person that you may be dating may be a Gemini, or may just have like a Gemini sun, moon, or ascendant or something, strong Gemini in their chart. Geminis have a tendency to flip and float and enjoy their freedom and are less prone to commitment. Only kind of like when they get strong-armed into it. That's kind of how I feel. Like, and some Geminis might be like, well, nobody can make me change my mind. I don't get pushed around. But in the end, Geminis usually do get pushed around quite a bit. The thing is Tauruses do have an attraction to Geminis, but I feel like, ladies, your attraction to this guy is not really... I don't feel like it's going to go anywhere. I feel like he's kind of he's like a player. And Taurus guys, if this is you, you're playing the field with another female. The other female may be also a Gemini. I don't know how I'm getting that. It's wild. Or she also may have a lot of fire energy. Aries. She may be an Aries. She may be a Sagittarius. Could be even Aquarius or Libra for some reason. Feeling it's more Aries or Gemini, but Aquarius potentially too. So yeah, so this is interesting right off the bat. Some weird stuff's going on. The Tauruses that are married, they're having issues with space. They need their own space. They need to like separate and kind of like, either they need to separate from the marriage and go their own way, or they need to like have their own separate space and work that out. Because it's like they're kind of like sucking each other's air, and there's like nothing left at the end of the day, and they just feel like very tired. And those of you who are like single, I feel like a lot of Tauruses, those who are watching that are single, you're dating. Just be mindful of who you're dating. I feel like the guys, Taurus guys, I feel like you want your freedom, and the girl that you're dating wants children. And you're not really going to meet, you're not going to really see eye to eye, okay? Maybe you're not ready for it yet. You know, it's possible that you're just not ready for it yet. And then the bottom line here is, in the distant past, you know, you came to the end of your rope. You got to the end of your road. And see, she's standing there on this edge, this cliff, not able to go any further. Okay? So you may have switched careers in the past, or you may have opened up your own business, or you may have been really just at a place of indecision, of not knowing what to do with your life, not knowing where you should go. And this is not a good foundation. This is a very difficult foundation, especially for Tauruses, because Tauruses like stability. Tauruses need the stability in order to feel emotionally safe, in order to be happy. They need that stability, and for them not to have it, it's kind of a challenge, you know? So this is the problem. I call this the Leaning Tower of Pisa, okay? Because when you've got a foundation that's like this, where there's a lot of indecision, okay, I always say if you've got the Leaning Tower of Pisa, that's like this, or maybe it's leaning this way. I'm not sure. Okay, it's leaning this way, and you take out one of the foundation blocks, and you throw it away. What happens to the tower? The tower goes like this, right? It's just that's the problem with this, having a foundation like this. And in the recent past, you were very drained out, very tired. Like there's a cord of attachment issue that someone's got to hook into you some way, somehow, and you need to definitely call me if you're one of my continuous clients or repeat client, so I can take out the cord of attachment, not take it out, but have Archangel Michael assist me in cutting it for you. This is where there's someone in your life that's got to hook into you, and there's a cord of attachment that needs to get taken out, or else your energy is going to just continue to leak, and you're just like leaking energy, and it's very easy to feel very tired, very overwhelmed, very drained, very emotional. This is also you being afraid of getting hurt in some way. I feel like it's more of a cord of attachment issue in the recent past. It is possible that I already took it out if you're one of my repeat clients. For those of you who haven't had it removed, I suggest having it removed, which is very simple. It doesn't take that long, and it doesn't hurt or anything like that. The thing is, because it's energy work, and I'm a light worker, so this is all positive energy. The thing is right now what's crowning you is you do have support. You're getting support from someone, okay? This is a guy supporting a girl. This could be also two girls, but I feel like it's just a guy supporting a girl and helping her reach for her dreams. You have a support system. The problem is that this support should have come down here, or to me, this is a better foundation. So it's sort of like your foundation is starting now, and you're like maybe rebuilding a foundation or thinking of rebuilding a foundation, starting over again in some way. That's coming to me. It just feels very like top heavy, like what's crowning you is good. At the same time, it's the energy is really not balanced right now. Right now, I feel like your head is very, very heavy, and you need more, like, to be more grounded, actually, which is very strange for Taurus, because Taurus is, like, overly grounded. I feel like, this is what I think. I feel like Taurus, at some point, the carpet was ripped out from underneath you. Something happened. Either whether you lost a job, someone passed away. It could be that, you're not really happy with the way your life is going. And so to you, it feels like that's what's happened. The carpet's been ripped out from underneath you, and you're just kind of like standing there going, okay, well, what's next? And the past seems very, 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 very heavy, very, very tiring. I just feel like I can see you like wanting to sleep, but maybe you're so tired you can't sleep, and it's just like, it's frustrating. I feel like you're overly frustrated. And what's right around the corner is, I feel like there's a lot of resentment. I think of this as the resentment card. There's issues with money, and there's resentment. You're in a partnership that's not equal. That you're putting in. It can sometimes be that you're you're receiving help from someone, but it also can be where even though you're receiving help from someone, or you may be giving a lot as well, you may be the person that's doing the giving, and the other person's being the one that's doing the receiving. Either way, it's just like, it's sort of like here you have an equal partner. Well, I would say equal partnership. Someone is supporting the other person, lifting them up. At the same time, she would do the same for him. Okay, so it's an understanding. There isn't that resentment there. What you don't see coming is that resentment there. There's resentment because for some reason maybe he's feeling like he is supporting you, and or you may be feeling like you're supporting her, and then what's right around the corner is that you guys get into an argument because you feel like you're the one who's doing all the supporting, and the other person's not. So it's always about trying to find the balance in the relationship. And again, we have these two very interesting cards. We have the Foundation card, which is all about needing to make a decision, being very undecided, okay? And coming to a place in the time where you cannot keep going down the path you're going down. And Tauruses don't like this. This is a Taurus. Taurus was like, there's this saying, a cow path, an old cow path. The cows go the same way pretty much every time, and because it's a tried and true method. But in life, it's not like that, and Tauruses need to remember to try different paths. And Tauruses have a difficult time trying these different paths. The good news is that emotionally, you make the decision, or you need to make the decision. Okay, in order to be happy, you need to make the decision. Shit or get off the pot. Okay, that's what you need to do. There's a lot of deliberation here. You made the decision, yes. Okay, and it says a decision is made after much deliberation. Many family squabbles and drama over petty issues, money issues, competition and fighting among, there's children involved, kids, wanting to move away from trouble and fighting and negative people. This is also speaking your truth, You need to speak up, Taurus. If you have an opinion about something, or if you have ideas about something, you need to voice those. Tauruses can hold things in for long periods of time. And time can go by and can pass you by almost completely, and you will not have opened up. And it's very important that you do so. Speaking your truth in a positive way will help you move on from the negativity, okay? This can also represent actually moving, making the decision to move. Maybe, you've been wanting to move, and, you finally said, okay, we're doing this no matter what. This is what's happening. Get with the program, maybe to your partner, maybe to the people or the rest of the people in your family. Now, this is where it gets kind of tricky. Because what's coming in from the outside is you've got the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is this fire energy. It can be a person, a guy who does have a lot of strong Leo. It could be you, Taurus. Okay, so Taurus, you may have right now, you are very much supported by the universe. The universe is saying, we support you, stay strong, be determined to get what you want, and you will get what you want. On the other hand, this may be someone in your life that has a strong Sagittarius, Leo, especially Leo, Capricorn, Aries, in their chart, a lot of fire energy in their chart. Someone that's very like going, lots and lots and lots and lots of energy. You may have a difficulty concentrating right now because you're doing a lot of stuff. You know, you're very busy. You know, this could just be you're just very busy, but typically it's the King of Wands is someone who, I feel like this could be someone in your family. This could be a child, or this could be a nephew, a young man, someone who's a young man in your life that has a lot of energy, and they're kind of out there, and they're kind of doing their thing. But also the universe is supporting you right now in general with this energy. The universe is giving you the fire energy to achieve what you need to do, get things done. So the tricky part is that right after this energy comes in, the Emperor also, this is your attitude, okay? In the position of your attitude, we have the Emperor. And the Emperor is a Taurus, which is you, Capricorn or Aries male, sometimes female, person. Because you're Taurus, and I'm doing a reading for Taurus, I think this is your attitude. Your attitude is that that it's up to you, and that unless you will it to happen, it's not going to happen. So it's like, sort of like you think like, and Tauruses have this thing about, unless they want it to happen, it won't, because they're very willful. They're very, very strong-willed. And you have, you have that, very, you may have had past lives as someone who worked with energy. I typically think of this as like the druid, card, people that were druids in another life, or they worked with magic. They just did a lot with energy and magic in past lives. So in this lifetime, they are very high-powered. And Tauruses tend to be sometimes very high-powered. The problem, though, is that if this, in some instances, may not be necessarily you. This just may be, there's some element to this card that that is concerning to me, in the sense that the other side, on the flip side, this card means that fate or God, okay, if you want to call it God, comes in and says, no, you can't have that cookie, because that cookie is not, you're supposed to have an oatmeal raisin cookie, and that cookie is a chocolate chip. So, and go find the oatmeal raisin cookie, and you're like, really? I just want a cookie. But the Emperor is saying, no, you can't have that cookie. And now it's not the time. So, Emperor, it's like everything that's going on, this one card, I tend to think of it as, is the one that just clears the slate. This is no, Elizabeth, you can't have that cookie. You only can have this cookie over here. You need to drive 10,000 miles to get that cookie over there. And that's kind of how it is. Some of you, I feel like, are experiencing this in your life. And that's the problem. You're experiencing that things are fated to be a certain way, and you're not necessarily getting what you want, because you are this person. It's so frustrating to you, because it's really like you want something. When Taurus wants it, Taurus like really has to have it. And will stop at nothing to get it. But, the checkmate is when God steps in and says, no, Taurus, you can't have it, because you're supposed to have something else. Or you can't have it right now in this time. You can have it in 3 months from now, but you can't have it right now. And Taurus is just like, really, God? Why would you do that? And so that's the problem. There's that element of frustration that comes with this card, and feeling like you can't move forward. Taurus, I feel like you are what I would call blocked right now. This is a hard block. This is an obstacle. This is a point in time in which you can't move forward. This is a point in time in which things don't go your way. I hate to be the messenger of bad news that way. And so the outcome would be needing to take a vacation, wanting to, sip some tea on a beach somewhere, or, have a glass of wine with some friends or at home and just relax, because that's what you really want to do. But the problem is you can't really get there because you've got this emperor, you've got God kind of saying, no, you need to go here in order to have that. It can't even be that, you kind of want things to stay status quo. You want to just relax. You want to kind of hide from the world. You want to take a break. But the universe is saying, no, you can't do that. You have to keep working. You have to keep trying. You have to keep going. You can't stop at something that's mediocre. You have to achieve excellence. You have to strive for excellence. And Taurus, you would sit on the couch if not for this God intervening. So it is a positive thing, because when God intervenes, it's doing it for your highest good. There is something better out there. You may be the king of your castle right now, and the castle might not be that big, but where God is pushing you to be is better. It's bigger. It's more abundance. It's, to put it in your materialistic terms. But also, life is a spiritual journey. So it's not all about the couch. It's not all about sitting on the couch and watching TV, which Taurus is. Tauruses are very hardworking, but a Taurus likes its comfort, its stability, its material security. So when I talk about the couch, and the TV, these are material things that Tauruses like naturally because it makes them feel emotionally secure. I am not saying by any means that Taurus is, because Tauruses can be so nurturing and so loving and so amazing. I'm not trying to diminish you at all, okay? Not in any way. I'm just saying that the reason why I feel this way with this reading is that I feel like you're being blocked for a reason right now. And this is the last couple weeks in January. So I feel like if you're blocked, email me and we can do a private reading to see why you're blocked. What's going on. My email is elizabetholson31@gmail.com. But for everybody else, and for those of you who kind of know what's going on already, just take heart in the fact that once you do get to the place where you are supposed to be, where it is fated for you to go, it'll be so much easier. Then you can sit on the couch for as long as you want to. Not necessarily that, you got my point. That and just relax, because you will have pushed to that. You will push past that point. And I feel like some of you are resistant to making changes. You just have to keep changing and going with the flow and trying your best. And that's all the universe expects from you. And if you get slowed down, if you get stuck, it's only because, there's something to be learned from it. So be mindful of whatever is blocking you. Maybe it's your resistance to change. Maybe it's, you don't get the job that you want, or you don't get the house that you want, or you don't, it's something that you're not going to get. I feel like at the end of January, you're not getting it that you want, but something better is going to happen instead. So be on the lookout for the something better. Stay tuned for my February readings, because I'm interested to see what you guys get for the month of February. And I think that's it for right now. So I send you guys lots of love, big hugs, big kisses, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Thank you so much for all your lovely comments and your emails. I wish you guys all the best. Take care.